Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today what we'll be talking about is college myths. So it's been a while for me. I've been out of college for a few years now, but I wanted to reflect on some myths that I had thought were true when I first got accepted and went there, and those were my expectations. And some of them were sadly not actually true. The first one is the college 15. It's true and it's not true. I don't know if it's really a myth. Okay, so the college 15 means you're gonna gain 15 pounds when you go from home to college. And this is just due because of the difference in nutrition. You eat differently, you eat at different times. And so it's true and not true. It's true in the way you may likely gain weight because you're eating differently. It's not true, and maybe not me, but I didn't see many people gain 15 pounds. 15 pounds is really dramatic, and at that age group when your metabolism is very high, it's kind of hard to get 15 pounds in. But true in the fact that you will gain weight, and the reason you gain weight is because the cafeterias, the dining halls, they have a category of food, they have a buffet most of the time, and you choose your own meal. So you don't have mom around to be like, eat your veggies or eat a salad or anything like that. You just choose your own meals. And that's kind of what goes with adulting. You have to figure out what's best for your body. And a lot of the time, barely out of high school, going into college, we don't choose the best meals for our bodies. The next thing is that it's difficult to communicate and get in touch with the professors and the TAs. This is definitely a myth. Even for my big, large classes, my science classes were 300, 400 students, I actually got to know the professors and the TAs that I was working with. So this is definitely a myth. I remember watching a lot of movies that were high school movies, and they were talking to, you could see these large classes and you were just invisible in these classes. And it's not, I would say it's kind of true where it's large classes, you don't know everybody in the class. But if you would like to get to know your professor, they always hold office hours, they're always available through email. And I mean, it's a give or take. Some professors are really engaged. They want to get to know their students, and these are the professors everybody kind of goes towards, and they want to get to know that professor because you can see that they're really passionate about teaching. And you have those professors that do a lot of research, and all their real interest is doing research, not much about teaching. Teaching comes with the job kind of thing. And I think universities are trying to tailor it more to trying to teach the students. But even then, you still get some of those professors that don't really care to teach, but they're there to teach. You kind of know who they are. I would always recommend, and I know I've said this before, but it's just so important. I would always recommend for you to get to know your professor and your TAs. Not only on a personal level to get to know more people, but also because you may need letter of recommendations in the future. You may need references in the future. You may need an internship or some sort of employment, and they might have an opportunity for you. It's really a win situation for you. You're only gonna get more knowledge off of them if you get to know them better. Also, if professors get to know you better, they would be more welcome to individualize your education, kind of help you tailor your education towards you. One example I know is when I was actually being a tutor for one of the classes, I would talk to the professor all the time. And so I got to know her really well. So I also got to know a student that was struggling in her class, and she would always go to the professor's office or always ask her questions, and she would still be struggling. And the professor was really helpful in tailoring the education that she had to offer in towards the student's needs. And so the student would end up taking at-home exams to give her more time. The professor would also give her own hours, to do her homework with her and teach her how to do things. And I mean, this professor went beyond and above, or above and above and beyond because she just was so amazing. But you do find those kind of professors around in universities. Along with going with the large classes, one big myth is that attendance is not taken. Yes, they won't call your name if it's a 300 people course, but there's different ways of taking attendance. Sometimes they would take attendance by polls. I can't remember the thing, but it's like the little digital monitors. You take it like quizzes at the beginning, and that would count as your grade and an attendance. I remember one time one of our professors, because there were so little of us that would show up. So this is a science class, right? I think it was calculus or something. I can't remember, but it was a science class. I remember it was a science class. And it was 8 a.m. class. So at the beginning, everybody would show up. And then halfway through, very little showed up. And he got really pissed. And what he made us do was write our name on a piece of paper and turn it into the front. And so he actually knew who was showing up. And then after that, he just kept making us do that. Or he would make us do something different. So then, like, I can't remember what he would make us do. He started doing the little electrical things. And just because he was so fed up with people not showing up to his class, he felt it was very disrespectful. And I understand, because you think about it, some professors tailor their courses to a specific class, and if people are not showing up, not showing that they're interested, it's like, why did he do it? Like, why did he do all this work to set up the course assignments and nobody show up? So I get it, but yeah, so if you're not an 8 a.m. person, don't think you're just going to sign up to the course and go take the exam, the final at the end. Like, some courses do need you to show up. I think this next one actually is happening more and more with the years, but this is a myth that I know for sure because I know if my family member has gone through it. The myth is everybody graduates in 4 years. That is not true. Even though that's what you want to do, it's not a guarantee you're going to graduate in 4 years. I know my brother, in instance, I think it took him 5.5 years to graduate from college. Particularly because his college had hard times with getting all the courses he needed to get in. So he would take less courses during this semester. And I think he was working as well, so he had to take less courses because he was working. It is okay. I know in my school where I went, a lot of the engineer majors were graduating in 5 years instead of 4 years because they had so many courses to take, and they had to do so well at each one of them. And so honestly, it doesn't matter how long it takes you, as long as you get to your end goal, as long as you get there. It's all that matters at the end of the day, because your title, your diploma is not going to say MCD Bio in 10 years. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not going to say that. But as long as you are doing it at your pace where you can excel perfectly at your classes and you're able to take that time, then why not? Just be yourself. So this next one is, the myth is you have more time in college. Not true. If you look at it on paper, it looks like, oh yeah, I'm taking 3 courses and that's it. But that doesn't include the office hours you're going to go to. That doesn't include the studying. That doesn't include the tutoring area times that you're going to take. That does not include if you're involved in a club. It doesn't include if you are working. You're actually pretty busy during college. You can be, so this is what I say. It's what you make of the experience. You could be very involved. You can be not involved at all. But either way, studying takes so much longer. You go to a course, you go to an hour lecture, you're going to study for at least 2.5 hours for that specific lecture. And you're going to want to restudy that lecture and over and over and over again so you remember it by the time the exam comes. So yeah, you don't have that much time in college. Another thing that maybe it's not the myth, maybe it's like a lifestyle or a change in education style, taking all your GEs at the beginning. So the only way I think it's okay to take all your GEs at the beginning is if you don't know what you're going to major in. If you know what you're going to major in, or you kind of have an idea and you're getting started on those courses, don't take all your GEs at the beginning. And hear me out on this one. If you take all your GEs at the beginning, you're gonna end up with upper division classes all together in the same semester, in the same quarter. So you're gonna have harder classes together. If you were to spread out your GEs, you can take a hard class and an GE class, which is technically a little easier, or at least it feels easier to you, and not have to stress so much about taking 3 science classes all at the same time. This next one is the one that I personally thought I was gonna get into. So I don't know if you've seen the like movies like American Pie or like these other movies where they talk about college like being like a party all the time, like all you do is party, have fun, sleep in, nap, just all this fun stuff in college. So I really thought college was gonna be like the movies, and far from it. You have so much responsibilities that you can't let it be like the movie, because if you're gonna let it be like the movies, you're gonna flunk out or you're not gonna do the best of your abilities. So yes, there are parties. I mean, I never really went to any, and I mean, my school was really considerably small and not really a party school, so there wasn't many, or at least I didn't know of them. You have to search for your own experience. If you want to find a party, you'll find a party. If you're busy doing something else, you won't ever find the party. And I think that's what happened to me. I was just so busy doing something else and I never found the parties. But they're there if you're looking for them. You just have to know moderation is key here. You don't want to go too crazy. With that being said, you don't have to have the Greek experience to have a college experience. I didn't go through like a sorority. I didn't go through sorority. My school wasn't too big on sororities or fraternities anyways, but I didn't have it, and I had an amazing college experience. You don't have to go Greek to be able to have an amazing college experience. You make that experience your own. You find what you like to do, you'll keep doing it. You meet people that are like-minded, that like doing the same things, and you make friends with them, and then these are long-lasting friendships that you'll be friends forever with these people. Well, that's it on my college myth debunking episode. If you have any comments, please comment down below. If you had a different experience than I did, you think there's other myths, or you think some of my myths are wrong, hey, it's just my opinion. If they are, put them down in the comment below. I want to see what your opinion is. I want to know, like, hey, I can probably, yeah, that makes sense. I want to see some other people's perspectives on it. Anyways, thank you. Subscribe, like, and share. Bye.